with his life. What a life he had. Seemed like he'd been everywhere and done everything. I was a teenager in jail for the first time. Then he said his name, Bojangles, and he danced the lick. Across the cell. He grabbed his pants for a better stand so he could jump so high that he clicked his heels. He let go a laugh when you could hear all the way down that cell block. Somebody down at the end said, "Hey, who is that old man?" So I told him. Well, that's Mr. Bojangles. Mr. Bojangles. Mr. Bojangles. And I said, "Dance." Well, he danced for folks at minstrel shows and county fairs everywhere he could. And he spoke with tears about all those years that little dog was here. Oh, they yeah. See, it was tears from that little puppy dog and one nice companion and one true friend. One day he just up and died. You know his name? How was that? It's so cool having you over there. I remember when that was on the radio, it wouldn't go away. You know, it was on the charts for forever, it seemed like. And you'd think that when you're playing the song every night and you're on the road, do you remember that one time in Texas? I was driving as usual, and because when the band started, I was the road manager too. I was the only one old enough to rent a car. So we were driving somewhere in Texas. It was like 2:30 in the morning, and the airport, DFW, was still an hour away, and Bojangles comes on the radio, really. The radio was barely on, and Les is in the front, and he reaches up, and everybody's asleep, right? I'm just driving. He reaches up and turns the radio off, and every guy in the car goes, "Turn it back up!" You know, maybe you don't know. Would you like to know why? I mean, the reason it became a hit was a Catholic girls' school in Manhattan, actually. I can tell you the rest of the story if you're interested. I mean, the way the music business worked, and still does sometimes, but back then, you had to have certain radio stations playing your record. And ABC in New York was not going to play it. And ABC didn't play it, BCN in Boston wouldn't play it, and LS in Chicago, and the one in Philly, they're not going to touch it because ABC's not playing it. And it had been on the charts like 17 weeks, which is longer than it should have been, or most singles were 12 weeks back then. And the record company said, well, it's number 17, it's not 17, but it's going to be over. Next week it went up a point to 16. Oh, that was a fluke. It's going to be over next week. It goes down to 19. See, it's over. Next week it went up to 14. And they kind of said, well, you know, it's not over, but you're not going to get in the top 10 because ABC's not playing it. Unless you play a Catholic girls' school in Manhattan. Well, you see, the guy that programmed ABC in New York, his daughter went to that school. We found that out, and like, yeah, we'll give it a shot. So here we are, a hit on the radio, 20 weeks in. It's been in the top 20 now for 6 or 7 of them, and there we were, Les and me and the band, setting up to play the junior high Catholic girls' school lunchroom at noon. And the sister walks in, the big sister walks in and said, "Can I get you boys anything?" I said, "No, we're doing fine, we're just getting ready. But who else has played your lunchtime program?" "Oh, we're so lucky and fortunate. Well, this year alone we've had, the Jackson 5. They sure can dance. Mr. Paul Simon. Earlier in the year, John Lennon. What a nice boy." We have an important show to get ready for, sister, and we played the show the next Monday on the radio on ABC. Here's a new record by the Really Really Dirt Band. Let's see what it's going to do. It was on the charts for another 12 weeks. And since it was at 14, you never have heard anyone say, "Yeah, we've got a top 14 record." We can now say that we had a top 10 record. It came on and they said, "I do a man